So the benefits of saving or investing or setting aside 20% of your money is, number one, of course, you get to have money. Number two is it develops your discipline. Number three, it allows you to become more creative in terms of earning, but it also will allow you to become more creative in terms of spending, that you will learn how to budget, you will learn how to set aside your needs, and you will learn how to set aside also your wants. Hey guys, so I want to share this. It's what you call the 20% rule in saving, but I want to interject this not just for saving, because I do believe that this will also work for investing. The 20% rule is basically from the time you start working or you find this video and you suddenly realize that, hey, I need to grab a hold of my finances. From whatever you get, you diligently set aside 20% and you save that, you invest that, and you don't touch it. So the main rule though, and the main goal of it is, you make money, say 100,000 pesos, 20% of that you set aside is 20,000 pesos, and then you save it. For those who are conservative, saving it is still a big win already, even though it's true that you are losing money from inflation, that the value of money is going down because of inflation. However, hear me out, it's still better because setting aside a larger amount of money on a regular basis. The older you get, of course, you'll either get promoted, or you'll either get a chance to have higher salary, or you start your own business. That 20% also, say you get an increase from 100,000 to 130,000. So 130,000, your 20% now becomes 26,000 a month. So it becomes larger and larger and larger and larger. Why am I saying this? The strength of this is when you set aside 20% of what you get and do it for a very, very long time, creates the habit, and it also creates the discipline for you to do it. What I want to say also in this is that once you start doing it, please don't take it out. Just keep it there. If it's intended for saving, don't spend it for anything else. If it's intended for investing, also, just keep on piling it on with the investments that you want to place it in. I think that's something that's very, very important, and I think that's something that's not talked about a lot. Setting aside money consistently and doing it for a long period of time and not taking it out, in my opinion, is more important than trying to hit a jackpot on an investment that you think will change your life. It doesn't work that way. Always remember that it's more important to set aside money on a regular basis, be disciplined about it, and to do that repeatedly for the long term, not touch it and just compound everything. If you start doing it early on, it will push you also that the more money you get, it will push you, and it will also encourage you to be more prudent about it, to save more, to invest more, because it's not easy, especially if you're starting out and say your salary is 20,000, 25,000 pesos. 20% of that is a smaller amount of money. However, in proportion to what you're making also, it will eat up a large chunk of your budget, but it will teach you to become creative. Okay, I have a smaller amount of money that I'm actually earning. How can I maximize this, that as I start earning my money, I still get to be able to pay my needs, all of my bills. I still also get to enjoy bits and pieces of my life and buy some things that I want, but you get to set aside money. And believe me, if you're not earning a lot, but you dedicate yourself to saving, setting aside 20% of your income, it will force you and it will encourage you to start being more creative. Will encourage you to be more entrepreneurial. So the benefits of saving or investing or setting aside 20% of your money is, number one, of course, you get to have money. Number two is it develops your discipline. Number three, it allows you to become more creative in terms of earning, but it also will allow you to become more creative in terms of spending, that you will learn how to budget, you will learn how to set aside your needs, and you will learn how to set aside also your wants. I think that's the power in it. Then it allows you also to see it grow over the long term. What will be the end result of all of this? Even if you're very, very conservative with your money, meaning you just put it in savings account or you put it in fixed income assets, because there are savings accounts right now that would give you about 4%, 8%, 5%, or 6% on a regular basis. So what's interesting about that is you know how to compound that, or you know how to put whatever earnings you get from it, that's gonna grow over the long term, or that's gonna grow if you do it for a long period of time. So imagine if you're watching this and you're 25 years old and then you do it up until you're, say, 60 years old. That's 30 plus years of you making your money grow, making your money work hard for you. That will compound over time, and that will be an enormous base That will be something that would be very, very big, and that's something that not a lot of people talk about because again, I've said this in so many videos. Things like this are boring, but it's the boring things in life that will make you rich. It's something that you do over the long term, something that you'll do disciplined enough that will help you make your money grow. If you do it consistently, you'll be okay in the latter stages of your life. You won't be dependent on your relatives. You won't be dependent on your friends. Probably you're not in debt because you are disciplined enough to be able to save. Probably also you have more than what you actually need because you had that time, the 30 plus years also for you to be able to build something that was of tremendous importance. I do believe you will be okay financially if you know how to save 20% on a regular basis, if you know how to compound it, if you know how not to touch it. And I do believe also it will lead to more opportunities also for you to be able to earn more. I do believe that it would lead to greater things for you as well. It could be either something that's sustainable for you, that you can do while you're from now up until you're older, or it could be a building block for you to be able to get better financially. It could be a building block for you well versed and trying out other investments. Because here's what a lot of people don't talk about. Investing is a skill. It's a muscle. It's something that the more you do it, the better you become it. And the more you do it, the more you'll find other ways on how you can make your money grow. The more you'll find other ways on how you can increase what you have as well. So I think that's something that's worth talking about, that save 20% of your money. You can do more, even better, but be disciplined about it. And you can go back to this video 10, 20, 30 years from now that you setting aside 20% of your money is something that helped you financially. It's something that will help you grow also on a massive level. Make it a challenge. If it seems hard, first thing that you need to do is make a budget, write everything down, and say you make 25,000 pesos, so that the goal is 20%. 20% of 25,000 pesos is 5,000. You try to live off 20,000 pesos. Your groceries, your travel, allowance, your eating out, your coffee. You make that fit the 20,000 pesos. And then the 5,000 that you would set aside, forget about it already. Don't touch it anymore. So I think that's where the entire strength of this entire 20% narrative will. The moment you start saving it, the moment you start putting it in, just forget about it. And as you forget about it, when you look at it 10, 20, 30 years into the future, that's when you start making money. Because nothing wrong with looking at it every time, but they're looking at it every time and then sometimes they take it out, sometimes they spend it. And as you all know, if you take it out, you remove the ability of your investment, of your asset, of your saving to work hard for you. So please, 20%, but forget about it. When I say forget about it, treat it as if it never existed. Make sure that you live off the 80%. And then the 20% is something that you will use later on, especially when you're older. If you're watching this and you are in your 30s and your 40s and you don't have any savings yet, you're earning a lot of money but feel that you're living from paycheck to paycheck, that if you lose your job or if something bad happens, you'll be in trouble. So this is for you. Set aside that 20%. Make sure it works. Make sure that you stockpile and it becomes big, so that later on when you are older, you will thank yourself for making those sacrifices today. Please do remember this. At one point in your life, you will make a sacrifice. Better do it today while you are in the prime of your years. If you want to know more, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell. I have a lot of webinars down below. I have some books also about the stock market. If you want to learn on how you can invest in stocks, check it out down below. And I guess that's it. This is Marvin Germo on a very rainy day. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.